Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Um, feel like putting a little more content out there. So, let's talk about some wrestling news there. Even though I'm a little late, but why not? So, the big news in wrestling currently, Daniel Bryan is going to AEW and so is CM Punk. Daniel Bryan, he's ending his contract with WWE. So that means like his last match was with Reigns at SmackDown, making it seem like, he's not just banned from SmackDown, he's just leaving in general. It is what it is. And now they're saying that fucking CM Punk, who's in talks with AEW, is gonna make his in-ring return in AEW. So let's talk about this. Will it help them in the long run? I don't think so. It will help them in the short run once they join AEW. It's gonna make a big buzz, obviously, and they might draw a bit of viewership because of that. Because after all, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are former WWE guys, and they were former WWE champions. So there's obviously gonna be some interest. So that's why, and yeah, a lot of you are. You're basically your typical indie, like the smarky wrestling fans are obviously gonna tune in and watch them. They're gonna fucking watch them, and they're gonna fucking watch and see what they're doing, what they're gonna do when they start off in AEW. CM Punk's gonna still have that buzz because recently he just returned to WWE. Well, not really in WWE, but with the Fox thing. But now he's gonna join after being part of UFC. So obviously, because him joining UFC, that does make him more credible. Well, not credible in terms of no. It makes him what I mean by that. It means fucking because he's known by UFC fans for getting his ass kicked, losing 2 times. Oh, I'm sorry, he lost only 1 time now. He just had a fucking no contest. Yeah, 1 no contest, even though he can't even beat the guy. Okay, but whatever. Because he was in UFC, he's gonna add some extra buzz because he was in UFC. So that's gonna draw some interest to some UFC fans as well, or people who used to watch wrestling but know CM Punk and actually watch UFC because of him. So there you go. So it will add a bit of interest. You will get an increase in viewership because of that. But will that help them in the long run? I don't think so. Because look at fucking Chris Jericho. And people may argue, Chris Jericho's not as good as he used to be. Then what are you gonna say with CM Punk and all these fucking wrestlers? You know what I mean there? Listen. I do like CM Punk, and I think I like him better than Bryan. And even though he's responsible for all the smarky shit going on, he is definitely a lot better than a lot of these wrestlers. So it is gonna be intriguing. But all these people who are wondering, oh man, I can't wait for Punk to join AEW so he has these dream matches like Hangman Page or MJF or who else? What dream matches with these people? You know what I mean? How are there really dream matches? If you ask me, there for God's sake, they really don't have that interest. Aside from maybe, let's say this, if they do Chris Jericho one more time with these 2 wrestlers, or fuck, if they even face each other. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, if they face each other, that's the best match you can do between those 2. That's it. You know what I mean? I get it to these Sparky fans. They think fucking guys like MJF or Hangman Page or Kenny Omega, they deserve to be facing these 2 or whatever. Well, especially I just think that's fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Really? Those are dream matches? When you think of dream matches, you think matches that are actually going to bring some fucking viewership. That's actually going to be something that's going to be very big to do at a WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Those, I would say, are dream matches. These are matches that they think they're dream matches could happen to a random show at Dynamite, for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? Or it would happen in an episode of Raw back in the day. Really, this is fucking, the big dream matches they wanted. They want this to happen, on fucking some stupid relevant show, fucking Fight to Fest, or fucking Fight for the Fallen, or All Out. Come on here. Seriously. Those are the big matches you want to happen. But, let me fucking talk about this. So, Daniel Bryan. basically he leaves WWE recently after fucking being part of main event WrestleMania, putting himself in the main event. Even though I hated that, I am kind of thankful now thinking about it. Even though I hate Bryan, I think he's definitely responsible for the smarky shit. I am glad that he inserted himself in the main event. And thankfully he didn't win the match. But now I'm fucking thankful because look at what happened recently with the fucking Edge and Reigns Money in the Bank match. I'm not, and for you people who are complaining, but listen. I'm not saying it's the worst match of all time. But you have to admit the match was very slow and kind of boring. It should have been more exciting. It should have been fast-paced. But if you like it, okay, sure. If there's something I'm missing, I would love to know. But I will say this, like, it's definitely better than the AEW match. It's still a sort of dream match compared to these matches that people want. And you know what? Like, maybe if they had another match, maybe the match would be better than their first one, the Money in the Bank match. If Edge and Reigns could have a different match or another match, maybe it could be more exciting. You know what I mean? They shouldn't have gone that long, honestly. I think that's the problem. They went a bit too long. They were slowly pacing, and fucking, it just, it should have been more exciting in all honesty. It should have been, like, more fast-paced, not some rest old shit. They're trying to peel sparks. I will say this, the last 5 minutes was good. Is that something? So, yeah, it was not the worst match of all time. And what I mean by disappointing doesn't mean it's necessarily the worst match. It just means that fucking, I wish it was a better match. I was looking forward to this match. I thought it would be a clinic. Yeah, it wasn't. If anything, the WrestleMania match was so much better. And you know what? Thanks to Daniel Bryan, he did add something in terms of that match. Thankfully, he didn't win. But, I mean, I guess it was something that at least he was in it. Because he did help the match. I hate to say that. I love Reigns and Edge. But unfortunately, I have to give credit where it's due. It's the truth. Doesn't mean that fucking Bryan added anything. So I was like thinking to myself, why did fucking Edge and Reigns have a bad match with themselves? Maybe because, unfortunately, I will say this, because they were fucking doing slowly paced. When it was the WrestleMania match, they were doing fast-paced shit. So that's why the match was so much better than fucking the Money in the Bank match. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But yeah, definitely. Fucking Bryan now, like, basically going business. So he kind of ruins that, but in a way, kind of glad. But, like, then still facing Reigns, trying to make himself the big, and he had creative control. Then since that, now he's leaving WWE for that, for God's sake. Now he's leaving WWE after they literally gave him everything he wanted. And he's going to go to AEW, for God's sakes. I mean, what, good for him. Good, go, because for God's sakes, really, like, let's be honest here. Listen, I get why fucking, maybe fucking smarky fans. Well, actually, I don't get it, because for God's sakes, like, they'll fucking boo guys like fucking, they'll boo Edge, they'll even fucking hate on Edge, but like fucking Daniel Bryan, or they like fucking shitty wrestlers nowadays. That's how it is. If you really think about it, Daniel Bryan is really no different than these indie guys from AEW, because he kind of honestly belongs in AEW, because he, for God's sakes, like, look at these guys, they're just another Daniel Bryan, so they could do all the stupid indie shit with them, okay? So good on him, he'll join fucking AEW, whatever the fuck. And it'll fit perfectly because they can all do these fucking stupid 5-star indie Garage Fest matches for these fucking people. And he won't ruin fucking the ratings. And, sure, it may have a little interest in viewership, okay? They might retain 1 million. But for God's sakes, once in a few months goes on, it's going to lose its fucking luster, same with CM Punk. Okay? I like Punk. Okay? But for God's sake, let's be honest here. Will he really bring that much viewership? Because if you look at, and I gotta say, shout out to the Elitists. The Elitists brought up good points when he did a Summer of Punk video. When they were doing the Summer of Punk video and CM Punk was on Raw and shit, he was explaining how they was going by the viewership. When Punk was like champion, and even when he was like on the main event scene, the ratings were going down. You can't deny that. The ratings were going down. So that goes to show that only smarky fans really care about CM Punk. Okay? Listen, I don't mind CM Punk. You know what I mean? I do think he's so much better than Daniel Bryan. And I do think he has done some good entertaining shit. I do think he could cut good promos. I do think he can have good wrestling matches. He actually established a sort of character for himself, which is why I kind of liked him. You know what I mean? But will he really fucking do well? I mean, he's going to be the biggest star they have. I will say that. He's definitely going to be the biggest star they have, unfortunately. but I don't think it's gonna fucking really help AEW. It's not like fucking literally people say, you know, but again, yeah, you gotta know this guy left WWE in his selfish reasons, and now he's gonna fucking try to stick it to McMahon or whatever fuck. But like really, even if he joins the fucking AEW, will he really like fucking keep the ratings going? Will he actually bring more interest? Maybe a little bit, but it's gonna be the same as Daniel Bryan. They may fucking but the reality is, in terms of viewership, sure they might bring up the ratings to be like close to Raw's ratings, because let's be honest here. The same amount of people watch AEW watch fucking Raw, and those are the only fans left in wrestling. Those are the smarky fans. Because all the fucking people who used to watch wrestling or watched, they stopped watching. You know what I mean? They only watch when people return, like Goldberg, okay? When they bring back Goldberg and Cena, those are the only casuals that would come back. If people say that, oh no, fuck the casuals, man. If you're saying fuck the casuals, then how the fuck they will become fans? How did you become a fan of wrestling? You were a casual. I was a casual, and then I became a wrestling fan because, you know, we all started as casual. How the fuck would we get fucking into wrestling? Fucking wrestling fucking sucks, you know? We got into wrestling most likely when it was good, when it was entertaining, when we thought it was, because apparently fucking these smarky fans now, they thought wrestling was good, and they started watching recently. You know what I mean? Come on here. And I feel bad for people who watch since recently, because if that goes to show you probably fucking missed out on good shit, and you probably think shit that, like, for God's sake, they're the same people who hate Goldberg, you know what I mean? Don't listen to smarky opinions. But when it goes to fucking talking about when, you know, going back to conversations about Punk and Bryan joining AEW, it's good for them. They might fit well for them, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna fucking help in terms of fucking being a competition to WWE. You know what I mean? Yeah, like seriously, how would it be fucking competition? Again, they're not in the same night, but in terms of viewership in that week, it may just be about the same, or if not a little less. Because unfortunately, let's be honest, is there really a real competition when wrestling is fucking dead and fucking they both suck? I'm sorry, they both suck, and I don't understand how fucking even anti-smarks, I'm finding out that these are the same people who hate Goldberg and shit. They like AEW. Like, what do you... So you hate WWE, but you like AEW. What is the real difference, by the way? I want to ask you this, people. If you hate WWE, but you like AEW, what is really the difference between both the shows? Is it fucking AEW says more indie, and they have more indie garbage wrestlers? Because there's really no fucking difference. It's just more of the same shit that WWE has, but it's like worse. It's like a lot more indie fucking shit. Just people you don't even fucking know. People who are not even stars. At least if fucking, you know, if fucking Punk returned to WWE, and I'm not saying like, you know, it's biased, because I fucking hate wrestling now. I hate both shows. I hate fucking both companies. They're shit. Even if Punk was to come back to WWE, at least there may be a little more potential future dream matches. Maybe modern day Edge versus fucking CM Punk. Maybe modern day Roman versus fucking Punk. Maybe even Triple H versus Punk if they were to do it again. And maybe they might actually give Punk the fucking win. Maybe another Cena fucking Punk match. You know what I mean? All these other good fucking hell. Like matches that you could do again. Or fuck, they could do Punk versus Styles. They could do fucking Punk versus... Who's the fucking shit smart wrestler now, or fucking a wrestler that's man, they can even, I don't know, fuck it, just to go, man, fuck it, just but reality, like what's the real dream, but you know, but for real, what's the real dream matches they could do in WWE? I mean in AEW. If who cares if they both come back, because it's just really not gonna fucking draw any interest. I mean a little interest, but like what's gonna keep long term? What's gonna fucking help the show? I don't know, this one, it's just a little fucking video talking about Punk and Bryan. People are excited. It is what it fucking is. I really don't give a fuck. If it Punk, I mean, it'll be exciting seeing Punk come back, but like, it's like he doesn't really need to. But if he does, like, whatever. If he joins AEW, good for him. It's not gonna fucking add anything. With Bryan, good for him. Fucking stay there. You know what I mean? And I do hope, though, I will say this about Bryan. I do hope he doesn't kill himself. I do hope that he doesn't die. because again the guy's kind of fragile. So it is what it is. But hey, God, let's just hope for the best. I mean, I'm just hoping the wrestling gets good. You know, like fuck. But people say AEW's good. Like, what is it? It's just really the same shit as WWE. But come on, like seriously, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And like for people who are happy that AEW gets 1 million viewers, you're happy they get 1 million viewers, but you complain that Raw gets 1 million viewers. What is it? What are you fucking saying? You know what I mean? Like, and once when they stop the whole special shows, when AEW stopped with the special shows, when they just do a regular Dynamite, what are you gonna say when they get like an 800 million or 700 million? The only reason why they're literally getting millions, it's just they had to put out a fake special show. They're pulling the TNA route, putting fake special shows. They can pretend like you have to pretend to care about this show. You know what I mean, people? Alright, I'm just keep it real. Drinking cola, so magnesium shit. Cheers. And get some bitches, make them bitches go, oh shit. And don't do it while watching wrestling, because they're going to leave like, okay, stop this, the relationship is over. Because they don't want, if they find out you watch AEW and fucking just modern day WWE, the relationship is over for you, alright? Till next time, peace, yeah, bye.